Round in the first quarter, for mine anyway. Kicks to the wing, he's had half a dozen. Brereton! A monumental mark.
From the moment this kid burst on the scene back in 1982, we all knew he'd be a champion. But what we didn't know was that this youngster had a touch of Hollywood about him.
She gets too hungry for dinner at 8.
But the only stage Brereton really wanted to star on was the one with the rich green layer of grass.
By the Hawthorn forwards, Brereton will kick a goal.
Like Sam Newman, Dermy also doesn't mind being seen in flashy cars. In this case, a shiny red Ferrari. But life in the fast lane hasn't always worked in Dermy's favour. A late arrival for a State of Origin match against South Australia earned him a public dressing down from you-know-who.
Your car broke down.
Oh, the cab I was catching from Frankston.
Where did it break down?
On the freeway.
On the Tullamarine freeway. What time?
Well, the weight would have gone down, probably.
Confrontations are nothing new to Brereton. This match against the Bombers at Waverley in '88 saw the kid pitted against bouncing Billy Duckworth.
Originally started with Jason Dunstall. He was in 99 goals, and he took a mark, and Billy Duckworth knew that he was falling away from the pack when he turned with the mark, and the umpire was blind to it, and he went to knee him, and just at the last second Billy pulled out of the action and didn't knee him, and I went up and grabbed Billy, and Jason got the 15 yards, and we kept a hold of each other, and it was one of those moments where it was quite fiery in football, but then it broke into a lighter-hearted moment, which you remember forever, and Billy patted me on the butt, and I thought that was funny, so I kissed him, and we had a good laugh about it, and we had hold of each other, and it was a great light-hearted moment. And then we're standing in the goal square holding each other by the scruff of the jumper as Jason kicked for his 100th goal. I pushed Billy, he pushed me. We both stood back one step from the original pose, and the umpire somehow awarded Billy the free kick and said that I had infringed. And I became rather inflamed in my anger with this and took it out on the umpire. And by the time I finished, at the three-quarter time siren went, and by the time I'd finished remonstrating with the umpire, the huddle had come together, both huddles. I looked up and saw my huddle. It was directly behind the line of myself and the Essendon huddle, and I thought, well, I'll just go straight through here. So I built up pace and got halfway through. And you know when you get to a train platform and there's the signs and they start going, I saw Essendon players going past and I saw Sheedy go past like that, and then I started to lose my momentum halfway through as I went past Sheedy. Started to get a bit nervous at that stage, and I was copping a few little pats on the back of the head and a few little love taps under the ear, and got through to the other side and made my way over to my huddle, and Alan Joyce in his flamboyant fashion looked at me and said, "That's cowboy stuff."
No matter what the opposition thinks of Brereton, he's got a heart of gold, and the fact that he made a success of himself can be put down to three people: his mum and dad, and a former coach named Alan Yabby Jeans. And who could forget the sight of Jeansy almost jumping out of the coach's box in the '89 grand final when his trump card had just been flattened.
And watch this on replay. You see Yates, there he is, coming off the wing there. He only had eyes for Brereton, then goes over and bumps him again, but obviously he's done his ribs.
I harbour no resentment there at all. Yates was a tremendous player, tremendous competitor, always enjoyed playing for Victoria with him. But the only thing he did wrong was he just got me straight down the middle and got me in the torso. He didn't mess up my thinking. I was
Still on the
yeah,
ball.
I knew what I was doing with mentally, but he just messed up my intestines and my ribs.
Brereton not only idolised his former mentor, he doesn't do a bad impersonation of Yabby either.
Yeah, there was one day we were playing the Brisbane Bears in '89, and as you know, at Carrara, they had the shelter shed out the back. And obviously the team you take out onto the ground is different to the way, you know, you position them to what is written in the paper. And before the game, some bloke, and they don't get the papers up there, and before the game, some blokes come in his Brisbane Bears blazer, started writing down on a piece of paper our team. And Yabby's gone, grabbed Tony Kearney, our team, and he's gone, the bloody hell, get him out, get him out. And Tony's walked over there and come back a few minutes later and he's gone, oh, I'm really sorry you got in, Alan. He was just writing down the team for the from the ground staff for the PA because they don't get the papers up here and they just want to let the crowd know the team. He said, well, you can't bloody do that, you know. I don't care if he's from the ground staff and wanting to know that team. And who the bloody hell's PA anyway?
Keogh swinging the ball down towards the full forward position. Up high was McConville. A lovely mark taken over the top of the pack by McConville. You can see Sheedy and Walls having words about Sheedy's late tackle. Sheedy now having words back to Robert Walls and letting him know what he thinks of things.
Sheedy earned himself a reputation as a tough character